Hi creatives, greetings from my end. You're welcome to my tutorial again today, and on this tutorial I'll be sharing with you how I made this lovely dress that you can see on the screen. It's a beautiful shower collar dress for a girl of 11 years old. If this sounds like what you've been interested in knowing how I did it, then you have to stick around till the end and see the whole process I took to make this lovely dress. It's the first of its kind on this channel. Yes, I've not made anything for children on this channel. This is the first of its kind, but unfortunately I have to say this now, I lost the video of the sewing part of this dress, but the whole pattern making and the cutting tutorial is on this video. I will be linking up in the description box a video that will help you to put all this together, especially this shower collar. Okay, if this sounds like what you've been interested in knowing how I did it, then you have to stick around and see every bit of the part that I took, of the process that I took to make this lovely dress. Here I have my pattern paper, I have my marker, my measurement book, I have my tape measure, and of course my pattern master right here. So the first thing to do is to take about 5 inches from the borderline there, just as I'm doing, and you rule a horizontal line across. Now I'm using my pattern master to rule a horizontal line across. The next thing to do is to measure about 4 inches from that borderline, 3 to 4 inches. Okay, I took 3 inches. You will know the reason why I did this later on in the video. Okay, now the next thing to do is to mark the front length. The front and the back length is actually the same for the girl. It's always like that most times. It's most times like that for little girls. Okay, so here I'm marking my shoulder. Notice that I'm marking it from that vertical line that I made earlier from the fold. Okay, this is the shoulder measurement. Your shoulder measurement divided by 2. That is what I just did there. And here I'm taking the across chest at level 3.5, and I marked 1 inch from that horizontal line. That is the shoulder slope. Okay, here I am marking the neck drop and the neck width. Notice that I also marked this from the vertical line that I made from that fold. Okay, and this is the neck that I just drew, and I am taking the shoulder slope. This is beautiful. Now I am coming in by half. Normally for an adult is 3/4. Here I just came in by half. I hope you understand. Here I'm measuring the bust measurement, or chest measurement rather. Then I am squaring a vertical line there. You just take your chest measure or your bust measurement divided by 4. Whatever you get, you measure it there. Okay, here I'm measuring the armhole, which will touch the shoulder slope, where the shoulder slopes, then the across chest, and then the vertical line I just marked. Okay, using my pattern master, the armhole curve part of my pattern master, I just drew the armhole. Okay, so that is what I have for this. And here I'm measuring the waist. Okay, and that intake, waistline and that intake. And here I am marking bust to bust, which is about 3, and I will mark 1/2 inch on both sides of these 3. That is just what I did there. Okay, the bust to bust is 3 on fold. When you open it up is 6. I hope you understand. So here I'm just going ahead to mark the bust level. Okay, whatever your bust level is, or the child's bust level is, that is what is to be marked. Okay, I'm just making the leg of the dart more visible. I'm putting arrows where the leg of the dart is. Now this is the bust level. Just mark it. This is at 8, and bust to bust is still 3. That is 6 when you open it up, but 3 on fold. Here I'm making my dart to that bust point, just like so. This point I marked is actually 1 inch below the bust point. I hope you understand. So the next thing to do is to mark my back neckline, which is dropping it by half and drawing it with a pattern master, just as I am doing. Do your own like that and you would get exactly what I got. Here I'm just measuring what the back neck measurement is, because I'll be using it to complete the collar. Watch closely to see what I'm using it to do. I will mark it here. Just follow the line straight up, the line of the neckline straight up, and mark it. I'm marking half of this line that I just drew now. Yes, this is just the half. That is what I marked there. And here I'm coming out by ½ inch. That is that. Now I'm going to connect it to the midpoint I made earlier, just like that. And yeah, that is what I have. The next thing is to make a right angle at that point. Right angle is an angle of 90 degrees. Okay, so that is the angle I'm going to make at this point, and I am going to draw it. Okay, I'm just trying to ensure that it is a right angle. So having drawn that line in that slanty form like so, like I just did, I'm going to measure about 4 inches. 3.5 to 4 inches is just fine for the collar width. Okay, now I'm going to connect it like that, but before then I'm measuring my neck depth. You can take 2.5 to 3 inches for a girl, or just take it as deep as you want it to be. Okay, but mine 2.5 is just fine for what I just want, for what I want to achieve. And I'm going ahead to draw the neckline like so. Beautiful. Watch how I'm going to use my free hand to connect the shape of the collar. And that is what I have. Beautiful. Do yours like this and you get it exactly the same. It's similar to adult shawl collar, you know, drafts. Now I'm measuring the hip level, which is 7, and to get the hip measurement I have to extend this middle line to the hem, to the end of this paper. Okay, now I just extended the line, just as you can see, and from this line I can now measure my hip. Okay, I'm just making sure that it is still the same distance all through. Measure the hip measurement, round the hip divided by 4, whatever you get you mark. If it's 30, you divide by 4, it will be 10, you just mark it. Okay, now that is what I have, and I'm marking the same thing on the hem of this paper. Okay, here I'm connecting the hip point to the waistline, and I will go ahead to connect this hip point also to the hem. Connect to the hem, and that is all. Actually, this paper is not up to what I want. I'll be adding zipper allowance when I'm cutting on fabric. I'm not adding it on this paper. Okay, for clarity's sake, I won't be adding it. So I will add it when I am cutting on fabric. I hope you understand. So I'm just going ahead to cut out this pattern, just like so. And after that, I'll be cutting it out on fabric. Check the video I'll be linking up in the description box for the process of, you know, putting a shawl collar together. This dress is quite an easy one to make. I don't think that the sewing of this dress took me up to 1 hour, or roughly 1 hour. I mean, the sewing of this dress took roughly 1 hour. Now I cut it out and I am done with it. The next thing to do is just to place it on the fabric and then cut it out. Here I've placed it on my fabric, And I'm going ahead to measure the real length of the gown because this paper did not give me the full length of the gown. So I'm just going ahead to mark the full length of this dress plus hem allowance. Now if the full length is 34, you're going to make it like 35 or 35 and a half. So that 1 inch to 1.5 inches will be the hemming allowance. Now you can see the space I gave by the side, right? And this is the collar that I cut in. And watch how I'm going to put the zipper allowance. It's just as simple as that. Put your zipper allowance of about 1 inch, 1.25 inches or thereabouts. Just ensure that you notch where your allowance is so that you will not miss it while, you know, joining or sewing the clothes together. I'm just smoothing the zipper allowance. Now this is what I have for the front, and yeah, I'm done with the front. Beautiful. Here I'm just marking the waistline and the seam allowances so that I'll be able to put my notches where appropriate to make the sewing of the dress very easy. Okay, I just marked exact. I didn't put like the regular ease before the allowance. I just marked the exact allowance, but while sewing I can come out a little bit, like ½ inch, if you want the clothes to be loose fitted. Okay, or you can as well add the, you know, ease first before you add the sewing allowance, if you prefer it that way. I've been doing a lot of such in the channel, in my videos on the channel, you know, how to add ease and then allowance for box fitted clothes that are not on the body. You give allowance in a way that it will give freedom, you know, space, not like tight clothing. All those parts of the pattern will be going off because what I want to cut right now is the back part of this pattern. Yeah. Now this is what I have for the back side of this pattern. Watch closely how I shifted from the fold line, from the fold of this, you know, fabric that I folded. I placed the pattern away from the fold line. Here I'm going ahead to determine the length of the dress plus the hem allowance. So having marked it, you can go ahead and pin. If you're not comfortable managing this, you can go ahead and pin it down. Now the next thing to do is to cut it out. I didn't know the upper side of this cutting, it wasn't showing. I'm sorry about that. So here on the across back, I came out by about ¼ inch. Okay, because the across back is wider than the across chest, I came out by about ¼ inch. And here I'm cutting out with my side seam or sewing allowance, and I'll cut it to the hem, straight up to the hem. Then I'm going to take care of the center back, just as you can see me do. I left just ½ inch sewing allowance at that center back. Note that you can put pockets in this dress if you want. Here I'm marking my, you know, waistline, the guidelines and the seam allowances. I will be putting notches at this point to make the sewing part of this dress very easy. Always remember to put your notches. The front and the back lengths of this of this little girl is the seam. Okay, it's always like that for people that don't have busts yet. I hope you understand. It's always like that. So I've gone ahead to cut all this in place, and I've also cut the lining and stabilized the fabric pieces. See how I applied hasty to the waistline of this dress, and also you can see my lining. Now this is the satin fabric that I applied hasty on. This satin fabric will be placed on top of the lining and stitched down. I hope you understand. Stitch it down because this is what will come out to form the black collar on it. Now this is the back part of the dress, and this is the lining part. Watch the neckline, how I structured it because of the collar that it is going to carry, and that is it. This is the end result of this beautiful pattern that I made with the sleeve. I have a sleeve tutorial on the channel. The only difference is the biceps level. For little children is always shorter. For an adult is about 5 inches, but for children is about 3¾ 3½ inches. That is biceps. I will link it up in the description box so that you will access the sleeve tutorial. Just alter the biceps to be able to impute parameters for a child's sleeve. This is the outcome of the dress. You can see how beautiful the inside is looking. You can see the zipper. The zipper is sandwiched between the lining and the fabric. I'll be linking up in the description box the perfect video that will help you to put this dress together, just in case you are finding it difficult at any point to couple any part of this dress. I'll be linking it up, the sleeve tutorial, the tutorial that will be helping you with putting this dress together. You sure will want to see that if you are finding it difficult to put this beautiful shell collar little girl dress together, like sewing it together. I will link it up in the description box. Check it out, and yeah, you will thank me later. If you've not subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe, and also turn on your notification bell so that you will be the first to know each time I upload my lovely videos. I am very sure that you will definitely enjoy the videos. Go through the channel and see what we have, and you will surely learn a whole lot from this channel. I love you all, guys, and thank you for always supporting my brand, for always stopping by and always watching my videos. I don't take any of this for granted. I'm seizing this opportunity to say that I love you all, and of course I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.